body bags where horror lies.
Who is this irresistible creature who has an insatiable love for the dead?
Hey guys, welcome to week 21 of Body Bags. Happy Thursday everybody, this is your fright chick speaking. Okay, so I've finally gotten around to doing what I said I was going to do weeks ago. That is Curse of Chucky. Okay, so I'm not going to lie, I wasn't very impressed. Like, right off the bat, I was not impressed. But yeah, so Curse of Chucky, the latest instalment in the Child's Play franchise. This one came out last year, so 2013. Direct to video, you know, it was at a bunch of festivals and whatnot. But yeah, direct to DVD, new sequel. I don't really know if I could class it as the first movie in a new lot, because it really is a sequel, but it's just, I guess it's just kind of so far removed from the way they've been doing them lately that it's kind of it's going to be like the starter of a new breed of Chucky movies, I think. There will be a sequel to this for those of you that liked it. I don't know when that's going to be happening, but there will be a sequel to Curse of Chucky. Okay, so basically Brad Dourif reprises his role as Chucky. There's quite a lot of moments in this where you get to see him as himself. He's not just doing the voice. There are flashback sequences that involve him. There's a whole plot that they try and develop with that. If you don't know the basic story of Child's Play, it is that Charles Lee Ray, a bit of a psycho, serial killer psycho, he uses some black magic one day after he is shot by the cops to transfer his soul into a good guy doll. And from then on, he runs around as the good guy doll, Chucky, killing everybody, because obviously people don't believe it's a doll. And he ends up with a little boy called Andy in the first one, and I think Andy is also the protagonist in the second one, and the third one is someone completely different, and so on. I don't really count the other sequels. Alex Vincent, who plays Andy Barclay, makes a cameo at the end, so if you did not do it, you need to wait for the end of the credits, because he makes a pop-up with a little scene with Chucky. I thought that was quite a nice thing to do, reprise your role after like 25 years. Tiffany also makes a cameo in this as well, for those of you who love Bride of Chucky. Yeah, Tiffany does a pretty cool cameo in this. Yeah, so that's the basic plot of Chucky. Now, this one is... I'm not going to give the whole plot of this, because they have tried very hard to make a backstory, you know, kind of surrounding what happened to him kind of right before he died. It centres on this family in this huge house. We have Nika, who is a young woman who is wheelchair bound. She's actually Fiona Dourif, Brad Dourif's daughter, which I thought was quite cool. And they really look like each other as well, which is good. You can tell they've got the same eyes. Her mother lives there, and she has an older sister and her older sister's family. Right at the very beginning of the movie, the only spoiler I'm going to give is that her mother supposedly kills herself the same day they get sent a good guy doll called Chucky. They have no idea where it came from. They don't know why they were sent it. But her mum kills herself, and then the very next day her older sister shows up with her family, her little daughter Alice and her husband in, and the movie kicks off from there because the good guy doll is obviously running around. Alice takes a shine to the good guy doll, and then she starts saying things to them like, oh, Chucky told me to do this, and Chucky says that life's a bitch and then you die, and Chucky did this, and then it basically goes from there. The film is very slow moving. I mean, because this is one of the biggest letdowns. Because they centred it in one location, just this house, there's only so many characters in the movie, and therefore there's only so many kills you can do, because, well, you can't kill everybody, but you can kill some of them. And there's only about, I don't know, 6 people in this whole movie. Seriously, 6 or 7 people at the most. Yeah, so obviously you can't kill them every 5 seconds because you have to drag it out over an hour and a half. If any of you have seen or are into quite rare or very, very obscure horror movies, I believe in the UK it is called The Matriarch. At least that's when I found it. It was called The Matriarch. And in America and that, it got released on Blu-ray under The Granny. It's a 1995 film. It's pretty much a rip-off of that. If you've seen that, it's very, very similar, you know, with the whole family ties thing. But yes, basically Nika starts investigating the doll. She doesn't trust it, and she finds out all about Charles Lee Ray, etc, etc, and then Chucky goes around creating absolute havoc. They've basically revamped the whole Chucky format to get it away from the comedic format that it was currently in. It's got a very similar feel to the whole like New Nightmare thing. Like they got up to Freddy's dead, and then they went, right, it's too funny, we need to do something, and he came back super dark and evil again in New Nightmare. That's very much what this is about. There is no comedy in this. There is none. There's no comedy. I would have preferred a bit more Chucky in it, because there is Chucky, but it takes quite a while to get to the Chucky moments, so I was a bit worried that it weren't going to happen. He does look quite CGI at points. Not too bad. But I must admit that there's some pretty cool moments with the doll in this, and Brad Dourif is on top form as well with his voice, and even with his acting in his own parts. Yeah, I would recommend it for those who like Child's Play. I would recommend it for those who want a cheap scare. Don't expect like a huge, like, intricate plot or anything. Just, it's cheap scares. There's a format that's been going around for like the last sort of 4 years. I think around 2008 they started doing it. Films like The Conjuring, Sinister, Insidious, probably the biggest one. They follow this new format of scares and of suspense, and it's good because obviously they kind of changed the way the horror movies went, and it made it very interesting for us as moviegoers. And Chucky, Curse of Chucky has kind of tried to do that, and it worked. Yeah, good, fair play to you, it worked, it was good. But yeah, the film still kind of sucks. I don't really have much else to say about it. Yeah, the cameos I have said, and there is a sequel. I don't have a favourite line from this because honestly there really isn't that much dialogue. It's a lot of thunder, lightning, blackouts. Hello, who's there? Who is it? A lot of that shit, so yeah. And also I'm not going to tell you any major spoiler alerts because there's so few and far between that if I give one away it will just like ruin half an hour of the film for you. So yeah. Yeah, I don't have any real pros and cons. I think I've already mentioned them. It's one location. You're literally in the house the entire hour and a half. That's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah. That was Curse of Chucky. Join me next week for I don't know what. Right now I'm watching The Crow, Wicked Prayer. I won't be doing that, but I might be doing a Crow thing soon. So yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.